Let me tell you something that most dads learn too late. In family court, the person who loses emotional control often loses credibility across the board. Not because they're wrong, not because they don't love their kids, but because emotional volatility makes judges nervous. So today we're talking about how to stay calm, especially when she and her attorney are pushing every button you have. Divorce is personal. Custody battles are personal. And when accusations start flying about your parenting, your character, your past, it's natural to feel defensive, angry, even betrayed. How could she, right? But here's the hard truth. Family court is not a place for emotional release. It's a place for emotional discipline. And here's why calm matters. Judges are constantly asking themselves, which parent can provide the most stable emotional environment for this child? If one parent appears reactive and the other parent appears composed, that contrast matters, even if the reactive parent is factually correct. Perception influences outcomes. You don't just need to be a good dad. You need to be steady under pressure. And I would submit that helps make you a good dad, but especially as you show up in family court. And here's how it usually happens. She or her attorney makes some exaggerated claim. She brings up something from years ago. She or her attorney interrupts you. The judge might interrupt you. She rolls her eyes. You hear while you're talking from the other table. She smirks. Her and her attorney, they lie. And suddenly, your heart rate spikes. You can feel blood rushing to your head. You want to interrupt. You want to defend yourself immediately. You want to correct every word. That reaction is human, but it's not strategic. We need to shift from reactive to strategic. Here's the mindset shift. Your goal in court is not to win the argument in the moment. Your goal is to build long-term credibility. Those are two very different objectives. When you interrupt, when you argue emotionally or visibly lose composure, you may feel justified. You might be justified, but the judge sees instability. Silence, composure, and measured responses signal strength. So let's get tactical. Here are four useful tools that you can use immediately. You can use in your next hearing. One sounds cliched because it is, but it's true. Slow your breathing. When you feel triggered, do not speak immediately. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Even a 3-second pause lowers your stress response. Silence feels longer to you than it does to anyone else. Even if the judge asks you a question or the attorney triggers you and it's your turn to respond, slow your breathing, count to three, whatever it is, and then respond. Number two, take notes instead of reacting, a very useful tool. When something inaccurate is said, write it down. You're writing it down. You're not reacting. You're not saying anything. You're not huffing and puffing. You're writing it down. Do not respond immediately. This does two things. One, it keeps you focused, and two, it signals control. And you can address those inaccuracies when it's your turn calmly. Number three, short, direct answers. When the judge speaks to you, answer the question asked. Not the five related frustrations that are attached. Well, let me tell you about it. No, concise, respectful, controlled. That builds authority. Number four, remember who's watching. It's not just the judge, it's her attorney. It's your attorney, but it's her attorney. Possibly a guardian ad litem. It could be court staff. And sometimes, eventually, your child will hear about who handled what a certain way, not necessarily from you. But the whole point is a lot of these things, they do make you a better dad, and they make you come across better in court. Play the long game. That's how you're going to get there. The deeper truth, here's something I tell the dads I work with. Emotional control is not weakness. It's power under regulation. Anyone can explode. Not everyone can stay grounded while being attacked. Your ability to stay calm communicates, I am safe, I am stable, I am mature. And that matters in custody decisions. Oh, by the way, that matters for you as a father. So instead of thinking, she's attacking me, her attorney's attacking me, try thinking this. This is another opportunity to demonstrate stability. Sounds kind of funny in the moment, I know, but it really is another opportunity to demonstrate stability. Every trigger becomes a test. Pass enough of those tests, and your credibility goes up. This is one of the biggest areas I work on with divorce dads because strategy without emotional discipline falls apart under pressure. We work on trigger awareness. We work on courtroom composure. We work on communication control. We work on long-term positioning, that long-term mindset. If you know you're walking into a situation where your buttons are going to be pushed, don't wait to prepare mentally. Visit lombardicoaching.com. Steadiness is a skill and it can be developed. So let me ask you this. What's the hardest trigger for you right now? Is it false accusations, disrespect, feeling unheard? Drop it in the comments below. You're not the only one dealing with it. And if this helped, please like and subscribe. We're building fathers who show up calm, clear, and controlled, especially when it's hardest.